Over the past years, I was like a ghost. I could see and hear everything, but it seemed as if I was really there, but I was invisible. Those are some of the words spoken by the ghost man Martin Pistorius, who survived a coma for years until everyone thought it was impossible for him to survive. Stay tuned to find out the details of the story. Martin was born in South Africa in 1975. When he was 12 years old, he contracted an unknown illness. After a few days, Martin was so exhausted that he could not control his body and fell into a coma. Martin was treated for meningitis for a long time, but no one could diagnose his condition accurately. The doctors told his parents that even if Martin regained consciousness, he would be mentally retarded. They were told to take him home and let him die. But Martin survived longer than the doctors expected. For a whole decade, Martin remained in a coma in his parents' house. Throughout that time, the family believed that he had lost all connection with the world around him. But Martin later regained full consciousness. He confirmed that he never gave up. He was in a virtual coma, but the doctors couldn't diagnose his illness. Martin also said that all possible treatments were tried, but they had no effect. He added, "I was lost on Earth and no one knew. No one could save me." When Martin regained full consciousness, he realized his harsh reality. It became clear to him that he was trapped on a desert island within himself. His only companion was his fading thoughts, which killed all his hopes, like the cold and frightening surrounding feelings that were sucking every cell of his body, as Martin claimed. At that stage, Martin says he had become like a ghost, aware of everything happening around him without being able to participate. Martin confirmed that he once heard his mother, after being overcome with despair, say, "It would be better if you died, Martin." That was painful for him to hear, but he understood. The mother, on the other hand, thought she said that because she was an unfit mother. The only one who believed in Martin's inevitable recovery was his father. Martin says, "My father would come every day to clean me and massage my feet. My father was huge like a bear and had a big white beard like Santa Claus, but his hands were soft. I was screaming inside, telling him, 'Dad, I'm here.' But he couldn't hear me. And I couldn't move my body except for a very small movement, which I was able to do using my elbow. So I was sure my dad would never notice it. I was filled with anger and started to choke. I heard my dad say, 'Everything will be fine, my little one.' And I asked God to let my dad hear my troubled breaths. I looked up and prayed in desperation to become visible or felt in some way. I was constantly trying to use my mind to solve that problem." Someone saw a spark of life flicker in Martin's eyes, and then Martin started to wake up. After that, Martin was able to talk to his family through the computer, and he was able to finish his university studies. Martin now works as a designer for an internet company. In 2011, Martin published a book about his life story titled Ghost Boy. Recently, Martin fell in love with his sister's friend. He is now married, and they live a happy life. Martin says he is happy to know who he is. He also says that life changes very quickly, but the important thing is to really appreciate what you have today. This inspiring story can be considered a living example of determination and willpower. At the same time, it raises a big mystery about what a person in a coma feels. The question begs itself, can a person in a coma actually feel what is around them?